because it's going. Yes. The idea is just that you are to rest, kind of. You are not to sustain. I'm repeating that first line for us to get what I'm doing here. You can count with your hand and follow what I'm doing. Then you observe why the song is 1.5 in between. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. I want us to master the feel of 1.5. That is what I'm using up here. Listen. So, do, re, mi, do, mi, so, do, ti, re, la, ti, la, so. Again. So, do, re, mi, do, mi, so, do, ti, re, la, ti, la, so. Do, mi, do, la, so, mi, so, do, ti, do, la, re, so. Do we understand? You see now, because it is 1.5, the downbeat comes first. Before you approach the notes that goes from the off. Sit down. So, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. My count goes before I do the do. Listen. So, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. Because it's 1.5.
Okay.
Do, re, mi.
You're getting the first note.
Yes, as down. Yes. So, do, re, mi, so, do, re, mi, so, do, re, mi, do, mi, so, do, ti, re, la, ti, la, so, do, mi, do, la, so, mi, so, do, ti, re, la, re, so, do, re, mi. You see, it has its own groove, but we're not singing it that way. This is but this is the song. Do, re, mi, do, mi, so, do, ti, re, la, ti, la, so, do, da, 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 da. That is what is here. That is what is here.
Sir, please, can we do something? I want to ask.
Yes, the rule tells us so.
Yeah. Since you are registering this thing,
yes,
separately now, with this beat,
yes,
and comparing the first line to that line, I come to all.
Yes,
it's almost the same note.
It's the same.
Can we put the accent there? So
okay, we use Bible and correct it.
Some people will have problem. Then we don't.
That thing. Let's put command there.
The accent, your down accent.
Let's use your Bible and put command there. Down accent. But that's not full stop. Just put command there.
Because other people see other problem. It's even here. This one is even here. Start. This one you carry.
This original beat is even yes. This one is original beat. Are we ready now? So the idea, the simple thing about 1.5 beat is that expect the downbeat to come first, then you slightly take off. That's the thing. We are going to do it again. Let's sing the front page. Let's try everything. Okay. Before we now go into our parts, if possible. Okay? Yes, for those of us that can sing our part. Though we don't mean to learn any song deeply in this program to save time. Okay, but now we are getting this song from another perspective. Because as far as Tonic Solfa is concerned, whatever thing we have been taught before and it doesn't follow this rule, you have to go back and review that song. Either that was what I said, either we learned the thing from the person was just teaching and nobody know left from right. You just learn the thing. So that has always been the issue. Okay, so let's do it again. Who can remind us that count? Exactly. We know that all is all the tea. treble singer. That's the issue. Yeah, nah, no treble singer. Wait then. Let's go again now. Let's go. I said the front page. 1, 2, 3, sing. For me, I prefer this flow, this rhythm. Makes sense. Yes. That's the two songs in your hand. So you use these two songs as reference points. Reference points, okay? Yeah. What is anacrusis? Everybody say incomplete bar. Incomplete bar. So write it. A bar that is not complete, that is usually used to start a music composition. So, now the point is, why anacrusis and where is it? How can we find it in our songs? Like I told us at Amukoko the other day, that everything put down for us in this program are exactly what our songs, our bills entail. Everything. The things you find in our songs, the questions you might have in mind, are the things we are dealing with. Okay? Like when I mentioned appoggiatura the other day, I told us that appoggiatura is also in our song, but you don't see it as appoggiatura. But when we get to that module, you will understand better. So there are many things in our songs which normally we just learn for learning's sake. Oh, I want to know that song. You just learn the song. If you can sing your part, you feel you know the song. What about knowing the song for real? As in like, for real, you know, with that confidence that you are sure 100% of what you are doing. That if there's anything you are not getting right, it must be because one part or the other of the song was not properly timed. And the whole choir was like misled because of that. Let it just be that. But not the one that song was properly typed and the person teaching does not understand one thing and all of that. No. So now, have you written that definition? Yes. Can we read it together? Yes. As simple as that. Now you might have seen some of our songs. They start with half beats. Okay, step over the line. Some of us know it. Let's start with step over the line before we go to this Jesus. Because I know this Jesus, many of us don't know. Or maybe some of us have it in our centers, but we don't sing it. So step over the line. Can you see the way it starts? Now this is where you are going to prove that you truly understood the what's it called, the 1.5 beat of the thing. It goes this way. Let me put this. That's it. Starting a song with something that is not complete can be confusing, but we are going to unravel it now. We are going to unravel it. Yes. And there are some of us are still writing words on the wall. So now let's say we take for step over the line. It's 4/4. What is there is 4/4. 4 crochet beats in a bar, or 4 crochet beats in a major. I told us that Americans call it major and British call it bar. Okay? 4 crochet beats in a bar, 4 crochet beats in a major. Yes. Alright. So we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, See, so. Just that. So. You see, so the fourth count, kind of, is what I'm picking from. So because the composer expects you to have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, then you pick. So the count must have started before you approach the song. Can we do it? I want to observe this thing I'm saying. 1, 2, 3. So. Yeah. So. You understand? So. Do you understand? Because Bauchi asked a question at Amukoko that what about songs that start with half beats or something like that? And that's what we are doing today. I don't know if Bauchi is following now. Yes. So let's look at "'Tis Jesus." Let's go to "'Tis Jesus." Let's apply the same thing in the first line. Can we? You know, you see, "'Tis Jesus" has so much 1.5 beats. I'm going to use it to prove that we truly understood 1.5 beats also, apart from the Anacrusis issue. Okay, so let's start now. Now remember, this one, of course, is not written there, but it's going to fall in 3/4 somehow. But it's going to fall slightly like God is Love, but a little bit different. Because as you sing, when you see that the down beat comes, then you sing. The down beat comes, you sing. As a 1.5 beat comes, you sing. Just like God is Love. That's where this one is also. Some of our songs are like that, but we don't sing them that way. We just sing 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. So let's do this now. Let's address Anacrusis. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The first line. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready to sing? I won't sing it. I want you to get it. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, sing. I know why you are confused. You know why? Because it's not starting with down beats. It's starting with up beats. And some of you want to wait for the down beat to drop before you attack. You see the issue now? So you have to be aware of Anacrusis. Now you see, oh my God. It's here. This song, we have been singing it opposite. God have mercy. Where's the song? I'll bring it in my bag. This is an issue, Badan. You need to address this song. But not today. I just want to tell us the title. Now you see, A New Name in Glory has serious issue as opposed to how we have been singing it. Honestly. Serious issue. Not only about the Anacrusis. There's an Anacrusis here. I marked it Anacrusis. But not only that, the first line is opposite to what we have been singing. Maybe typographical error, maybe otherwise. But if you follow the rule, you will discover that you are singing another song. If you really follow this rule in this song, you are singing another thing in halfway of the first line. So, but it has Anacrusis, which I wanted us to solve. But because of this problem, I decided not to add it yet. So, but let's solve this one first. It is Jesus. Okay? Let's go. It is Jesus. Are we ready now? We understand how we do it. Remember, it's time with all beats, so don't wait for the down beats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sing. Again. Not exactly we are getting the tune, but not. You see, one thing about beats. Beatings are just like something that puts you in position. When you enter a vehicle, this one will sit, this one will say shift now, adjust. Everybody will sit right like this. That's what beatings do. They put us in the tune of the song. We are getting it, but not exactly. Why? Because the beat is not dropping well enough. So, but let's address Anacrusis. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go on.
So, so, do, mi.
Yes.
So, so, fa, fa. La, mi, mi, mi. Do, re, do.
Again.
So, so, do, mi.
Hold on. Again.
So, so, do, mi.
Master that beginning.
So, so, do, mi.
Again.
So, so, do, mi.
Again.
So, so, do, mi.
You see that in reality, it is actually 1.5. If you are coming from the count. I don't know if you understand what you are doing. In reality, it's actually 1.5. If you are following your count, if you are really following what you are counting, but it does not, it's not necessary. Okay? That's why I said, either you see it like this, or it's just in form of half. One, two, three. So, so. Hey, hold on. So, so. Sapadu. Hold on. Observe. Count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Your mind should tell you that you are picking that song from that third count as 1.5 in actual sense. But the composer gave us half. But because you have to count while coming, so it should be 1.5 in your mind. Otherwise, you cannot use half beat to start a song. You should understand that. It does not make sense. I don't know if we are getting this thing. Because every bar must be complete. It must be complete. Okay? So when you see it like this, I've told us how to solve it, or you see it this way. But most of them are like this, including this one I got now, a new name in glory. It's also like this. Most of them. So you count, yes sir.
Someone trying to explain that something was trying to say that when it's done like this, that you will get, before you get to the end of the song,
Yes.
you will get what you complete that time.
Yes, that is on the music staff, where you see all the bars split clearly. But you know when they transcribe these things, they don't put bars as invisible lines all the time. But when you follow the process, you see that everything just comes in place. When you are able to define a particular count, or maybe there's a time signature, you follow it. But if you also have time and put patience down, and you calculate, you see that this half beat is reconciled in front. If you follow our process, and you can calculate yourself. I don't know if I'm completely here. You see that it is also reconciled based on what he said. It's true. It's reconciled. Okay? So, but the issue is how do you start it? That is what we are saying now. That is what we are solving now. So you must count. That's why some songs, I don't know if you have seen some songs on music sheet where they'll put the metronome count. They'll tell you 50. The metronome for the pace, the tempo that the song should follow. There are some songs, they normally specify it. I have some books like that. They will tell you this song must not be faster than 100. That is the tempo. On the keyboard or on the computer, whatever, metronome, they will tell you that this one is 80. You know, I don't know if you have seen something like this, BPM. I don't know if you have read and you have seen something like this. Everybody say beats per minute.
Beats per minute.
Beats per minute.
If we understood Anacrusis, because that is where we are stopping now. Okay, everybody say beat per minute. Yes. When you see it on a song, especially songs from America, they always specify all these things. And they'll put tempo, telling that it shouldn't be faster than 100 or faster than 120 or whatever, and they'll put something like this. So they are trying to tell you specifically, they don't want to use musical terms to tell you Adante, Allegretto. They don't want to use all those ones. They want to use a layman's understanding so that you can just on your own just follow it. If you have keyboard, on your keyboard, put the tempo on so something, and the choir sings. You know, Americans always know how to make things easy. Okay? So please, in 2 minutes, we are closing. See my count. Don't worry, we are coming. I just want you to get this. You see what I did now? Because you must find a way to follow, use this formula to follow what is here. Do you understand? Now because you are saying 1.5 here, and you are just doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, it's not going to sync. You understand what I mean? It will not rhyme very well. It will give you another tune instead. So, do, mi. You see why I said it has to be 1.5. 1. I'm counting 1.5 for me to attack. Do, mi. See. Do, mi. Do, mi. So the downbeat goes first before the up. Do, mi. Fa, mi, re, re. Ti, re. Mi, re, do. Yes. Baba. Fa, mi, do, re, do, mi, so. Mi, re, mi, fa. You see the form? Yes. Baba. Exactly. So if we understand this thing, our hymns will be reasonable. So when congregation hear this song, if we want to minister to hymns, even if they are supposed to be on the same this thing, it will be different if we are really following this thing. It's not today, it's next module. I decided to separate it from other upbeats. We are going to use one day to treat the quarter because that one is another issue. Amen. Amen. Maybe that's the day we are going to treat this, the errors in this song, a new name in glory. That's the day because it has 3/4, so much of it too. So let's pass our bills.
In my course of visiting ministries, that most choir now they don't sing with all these our Solfa notations. They sing Solfa, but they sing on staff.
Yes.
They sing on staff. They don't need anybody transcribing any song for them.
Yes.
It's something they already go
they
to.
Do it
in fact, if you don't know staff, you can't be a chorister in Deeper Life.
Yes.
Because there was a time one of our choristers then at Okoko Michael, something happened and he just became annoyed and went out, and he joined a branch of the Deeper Life ministry, and he joined the choir there. He came back to say, Staff, do you know that I found it difficult studying with these people? I say, why? With all that you've been taught. You see, these people, in fact, they sing a staff and the thing looks so strange. So what I'm trying to say is that this class will not be complete at the end of these 3 months if, I don't know how we'll do it, whether we will have to pay you or I don't know, God helping us. These studies will not be complete if at the end of this study we still depend on the old time religion, that the choir still don't understand what shapes are,
yes.
How to transcribe for either round or shape notes,
yes.
That the choir cannot transcribe. And if we have a song, you still need 1 or 2 choir master. Even most of our master, I'm sorry to say, cannot transcribe. This will not be complete if we don't understand that. God bless you.
Amen. 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 Yes, let's give the Lord a clap of praise. Yes, you see, what she said, she's still in line, very much in line. Mommy, the meeting that inspired, yes, this training, she came late, very late. And Amukoko Center, where we started this program, you also came late because I took time to introduce and explain some of these things you have just said now. You know, like the meeting that gave back to this program, we discussed these things. But the ESCOs, those PRO that were present, we all concluded that it would be best for our brethren to master on this level, which they ought to have. First, I don't know if you get, many ESCOs were not in that meeting. So for those that were there, Badele knows what I'm saying, Master knows what I'm saying, that if they cannot master Solfas, do you understand what I'm saying? This simple process of a thing.
And the American style will be just be like daydreaming.
Yes, that is one. Two, we didn't discuss this, but is in my mind. Like all these years, those of us that have been going in the choir, we know past choir escorts like choir master generals of those days, they tried to teach on rudiments. Allen did what he could do. At the time he brought Uncle Joe, and like that, different classes. But I have been observing all these years to see that yet we are coming to that. I want to use what you said as an opportunity to address something now. Okay, so all efforts, all these years to inculcate these things you are saying now, to make it general, seem to be either frustrated or only a few grabbed it. And those few, maybe someone like Sister Gloria Ego, she's no more in the local church. Do you understand? Only very few people then were able to follow the class. And when you ask some of our mommies, they will tell you, I'm thinking of my family matter, this and that. The problem is just because of how we bring in people to the choir. The problem is based on our application, the application and the recruitment. That is the problem. So nothing stops us or the escorts to say, from now forward, you must know this before you come in. But now when you go to some centers, they will tell